Okay, for a change, after 7 technical presentations, hi-fi technical things, I think we should go for something here, soft skill, right? We will invite Bhavana Shrivastava. She will be talking on business payment platform. Bhavana Shrivastava is AVP Delivery Digital Business Payment Platform, Aurionpro Solutions Limited. So Bhavana, you are welcome. Before that, I will just brief your profile. I will request Mr. Gomes to.
She is an astute professional with career spanning over 20 years in IT projects management, with extensive domain experience in IT, oil and gas, BFSI.
BFSI, I was not knowing, just now I came to know what is BFSI. Are you aware of BFSI?
No.
Which is banking, finance, then what is S? Services, insurance.
Okay. She has successfully managed and visited on-site locations including US with in-depth understanding of various delivery models. Core expertise in handling delivery management teams and driving service delivery excellence across India, US, Canada and Singapore. She is a seasoned professional with a good understanding of digital delivery solution platforms and has been pivotal in laying down robust processes for payment solution and platform. I just Bhavana Shrivastava.
So Bhavana, please.
Good time to attend.
I know, so time.
Good afternoon, everyone,
Good afternoon.
and thanks for this wonderful introduction. So, myself Bhavana Shrivastava, and today I am here to share my inputs on digital business payment platform. So, when we speak about digitization, so like in the earlier talk also we were speaking about the digitization from Tata Power. So this is how digitization is a word which has become I can say it has become a very important factor of each and every business. So business payment platform also has come up with the digitization. So when we say it is digitization, what it is? It is nothing but transferring of the data, right? Data or information into the digital format. So when I say B2B, so B2B is business to business payment platform. So when I say business to business payment platform, I have not come up with any PPT, okay? So here I talk about wherein how India has also progressed. We have seen this pandemic, the situations where we all have come up with the different payment platforms. So in the similar manner, our SMEs or our other businesses were also suffering and they needed to have this shift. So how there is a change in business expenses which we are paying, right? So earlier we remember about cash, checks, bank transfers. So now all this has shifted to digital payments. So how we go about this digital payments? You all must be feeling so, right? So this is I can explain you this with a scenario. It is a business scenario wherein I can say, for example, there is a buyer and there is a supplier. Now, how this buyer is going to pay the supplier? Because buyer is but natural going to take some goods from the supplier. Let's say, for example, the buyer wants gallons of oil from a supplier. Now, the connection, how they will have a handshake. Now, for paying the business expenses. So this handshake can happen with this B2B platform. So there is a third party platform which comes to known as business payment solution providers. So this third party platform will help in the handshake. How it will help in this handshake is, now this buyer has raised the request that I want so much of gallons of oil. This request goes to the supplier. Now buyer always wants to have an extended period of payment. That is what we do, right? And the supplier wants the payment immediately. So when this goes, the purchase order is raised from the supplier. Now the supplier raises the purchase order, it goes back to the buyer, and the buyer raises the purchase order, it goes to the supplier, and then the supplier arranges for the supply of oil. Okay, so the supply has reached the premises of the buyer. So now this supplier wants the payment. So what happens here? The buyer can use the commercial card. There is a commercial card, they can use a Visa MasterCard. Now this commercial card, with this commercial card, the buyer can pay the supplier. Now here, what is the advantage? The advantage is, first of all, you are cutting down the expenses, right? The travel expenses maybe, or the payment expenses everywhere. So that you can cut down from the traditional method. And here, when the payment happens, interest-free credit period of 55 days is what you get. Now, interest-free credit period is there, the supplier also gets the payment, the supplier is also happy. In case you want that, you are doing prepayment. Now when you do prepayment, you are actually, you can ask the supplier if the supplier is ready to give you that discount. If the supplier is ready to leverage that percentage of discount to you. So that is also the benefit which you get. So you're bridging the gap. So this is nothing but bridging the gap of the payments in today's digital world. So what happens is each of them is happy. Plus in turn, it's not only about that, because the invoice is generated, from that you are paying. You can even pay the rent of the premises. You can do the payments for the employees. So all this can be handled by this. Now what happens with this? First of all, you get interest-free credit, right? And then you have the reconciliation of your payments also, because all is real time. Immediately you get the payment status. That okay, now this payment has gone to the bank, the payment has been done. So immediately at both the places, the real-time status is displayed. You need not go and ask the supplier, you need not go and ask the buyer. That is one thing which actually benefits. Reconciliation of data helps us in the real-time business, which is very much required, right, in today's scenario. So this is what we can achieve. So this is just a use case scenario, I can say, which I thought, in a way which I can explain you all about the B2B business platform. So this is what we deal in, even in Aurionpro solutions. So we have our customers around the world. Singapore is our headquarters, so of course Singapore is the main entity for which we do, but in India also we have our large operations, and we work with different platforms like the integration platforms for Stripe, WorldPay, PayPal. There are many platforms wherein you can just integrate, because they have their integration APIs. You can just plug to the solution and you have a digital platform wherein all your invoices, the status, the payment status, everything is displayed at one platform. So it just gives you a wholesome or holistic solution, business payment solution. So this is what I want to share from my end. So any queries?
Finish
No,
before
any
10.
queries? No, he has the questions.
Okay, where is the other phone?
Yeah.
Other.
No, here.
Ma'am, I just want to know how you get benefited from this, because you are putting two entity with having the same platform. How this B2B platform as a company you get benefited from it? Because in any business you need to get generate revenue by yourself also. So how you generate revenue from that?
Yeah, we generate revenue because we are providing the solution platform, and we are providing the solution for all the banking institutions, the NBFCs, the business, and you can see the SMEs. In SMEs also they normally suffer due to this lag, because the person is not having the card actually. The supplier may not be having the card acceptance, but still you can make the payments. So there is a cut in each. I got your query. There is a cut which is, as a solution provider, when I am giving my solution, I will always have a to that. Without that, a business cannot operate.
I thought you will tell it is a business secret, huh? That you have opened out, right? Yeah, Kale.
But
Yeah.
there has to be business in it, what he said. My question is that actually interesting to know this particular digital platform of payment. Today there's cyber crime rates are increasing, and people are hacking and all the things. So how protective this particular digital platform?
Yeah, I'll come to that. There is a certification, actually you have to get certified. It is PCI DSS, so payment card information system. So when we operate on such platforms, as a organization we have to be very much careful about it. So we are PCI DSS certified, and the information is masked, how much information we store at our end, everything is, and all the encrypted data. We don't have access to anybody's data. So this is all encrypted data. Above that, we are also MAS compliant. It is from Singapore authority, because when we want to operate in the Singapore markets also, we need this compliance. So compliance is something which is very much required, and for digital world, I think that is a must.
Any other question? 1 minute time. No question. Okay, fine. Thank you very much, Bhavana.
Thanks so much.